morning, everyone. My name is Lynsey and I'm taking over the ITA Instagram stories today to tell you how and why I am in Dusseldorf, Germany. If you have any questions, please ask me. I will answer as best as I can. So I'm originally from Missouri, grew up there, but I lived in New York for the last 6 years, and I was a nanny there to one family for the last 5.5 years, and the kids just got too old and were in school full time. So I asked myself what I wanted to do with my life and still wasn't sure. I had been to Europe and had traveled a lot, but I'd never lived in Europe, and I really wanted to, and I stumbled upon teaching English as a foreign language. So in my search for how to teach English as a foreign language, I came across the ITA website and was like, oh, that's really smart. I should get TEFL certified to see if this is really something that I want to do. So I enrolled in the online course that started in March and began doing that. And then I was looking at different countries I could go to and teach, being that I don't have a bachelor's degree. We all saw Holly's story on Monday about how she had problems finding an apartment, and I was very fortunate that I have friends who were also nannies who told me to find an apartment as soon as I could. So in March, I'm talking as soon as I started the TEFL certification, I went online and found an apartment that was affordable, and it just so happened to be in Dusseldorf. That was just kind of the luck of what was available. As soon as I found the apartment, I signed the lease with a start date of September 1st, so I knew when I was moving. My TEFL was going to be done end of June, so I had 2 months essentially to get ready to move. The next step for me was I joined the ITA alumni Facebook page for Germany specifically, so I could try to connect with some people who were already here and see what they had gone through about getting jobs and just ask for advice. It wasn't until May that someone had posted about a job that was going to be opening up actually at the end of August, beginning of September, and I contacted her immediately about it. It just so happened to be in Dusseldorf, and that's how I got my first job here. My new boss put me in touch with a friend of hers who owned a Helen Doron early English language school, and from there I interviewed with her and then was passed along to another franchise location. Helen Doron specializes in teaching children from the ages of, I think they start at 3 months and they go all the way up to 18 years old, and they teach them language through their method. The only thing about Helen Doron is that you have to go through their training, and that is an additional €550 to do that. So I planned for that, and when I got here at the end of September, I did their teacher training course. So I'll back up a little bit. So I interviewed via Skype with the woman who owned the Helen Doron location, and she said that once I was here I was going to meet with her, but that she already had some classes she would like for me to teach once I passed the training. So that was great. I had an apartment, I had jobs, and I had just finished my TEFL course, and it passed, thankfully. And so the next step was just getting ready to move, and I booked my ticket for the end of August. I arrived August 28th. So next I started to get things together for a visa because I was going to apply in New York City since I lived there and there's a German consulate. However, when I got there, they said it would be much quicker to apply once I was in Germany because they could approve as little as same day. I'm pretty sure Holly went over this, but to apply for a visa, any visa in Germany, you must have an apartment and you must register your address. I did not get my apartment registered until September 18th, I think, and then I had to do a visa. I went to try to get a same-day appointment for a visa, and they had stopped doing that, and I was unaware of that. So they gave me an appointment for my visa for November 19th, and so I have to wait until then to see if I even get approved. However, I already have 3 jobs and contracts from those jobs, so hopefully my visa appointment will go smoothly. I will say having somebody who's native German speaker with you for that would be ideal. I plan on staying in Germany at this point indefinitely. I'm really loving it. I'm loving living here. I'm excited to do all the teaching that I can do and just really explore Germany and Europe a lot better. So I'm not working online right now, but that would be a good way to supplement income if you needed to, if you didn't save enough to be able to live here until you got your visa. And I'm doing the freelance visa. So I would say at least $5,000 if you can do that. If you can save $5,000, that would be great. That means when you convert it, you'll get like upper $3,000, maybe $4,000 euro, not dollars, euro, and that's great. Yeah, absolutely. I'll be able to save enough to be able to travel on some weekends. I'm not going to do it every single weekend because that gets costly, even though it is less expensive to travel around Europe once you're here. But I have dogs, so it kind of limits me. So bringing a dog to Germany, in my case I brought 2, is a little bit of a checklist that you have to do. You have to make sure that they had their rabies vaccine after they had a microchip implanted. That's important. After you've made sure they've had their rabies vaccination, after their microchip was planted, you take all of their vet records and they have to be certified by a USDA certified vet if you're coming from the United States. They have to say that everything that is on their records is valid. You then take that paperwork that was certified by the USDA vet and you take that to the APHIS USDA office, and they have to put their seal on it saying that your dogs are able to leave the country and enter another. Once you have the seal from the APHIS USDA office, you have to enter the country you're going to within 10 days of having that done. Otherwise it's not valid anymore and you can't enter. So it's a time crunch. Once you have all of that paperwork taken care of and you're getting ready to leave, also before all that, make sure you find an airline that allows pets. I found SAS Airlines, and one was in the cabin with me because she's only 5 pounds, and the other was in the cargo because she's bigger. If you have a direct flight, that's great. Once you get to Germany, you just go through customs, you hand them your paperwork, and they approve it, and your dogs can enter the country. For me, I had a connecting in Sweden, and they approved it. Yes, absolutely. I think I said it before. I think I wrote it in a text. I will be starting German classes in a couple of weeks. It's essential to learn it once you're here. Even though a lot do speak it, not knowing what's on signs and what people are saying is really frustrating. Bringing my dogs is great. I'm very happy that I have them here with me, especially since I'm going to be here indefinitely. So yeah, they love it. My dogs are adjusting really well. I mean, they don't know German, but I'll get there eventually. They know 9, but that's no. Thanks for following me on my journey today as I took over ITA's Instagram stories. If you have any more questions, please contact me on my Instagram. I'll put my name over there so you can do that, and I'll answer questions as best as I can.